Welcome back, everyone. If you've been following along with us, we're now to the caves underneath the waterfall, and we're going to go inside and take a look. So we walk up to the caves, we'll click enter the caves, and it's going to load up for us. And we're here. So if we turn around, we have the outside of the cave with the waterfall, and if we go out that way, it'll let us leave. Um, Again, with most of the things in the game, this is not a final rendering. Obviously, I'm only doing this for fun right now. It's not like I'm trying to make a huge game, but it so you're gonna notice like the textures are a little stretched and skewed. I just got to go back over that in Photoshop and 3ds and fix the textures. But we're gonna go through this cave, and it opens up into a very large room. I don't have any stalactites or stalagmites yet, but I'm going to start adding things like that. Maybe some skeletons. There's going to be water and some really cool sound effects. However, one of the cool things that I do like about this cave is the ability to use your fireball and just watch the light kind of illuminate the world, and kind of gives you a heads up at what's to come. Um, we do have a small puddle here. There's not much to it, but so it's a damp cave. Um, yeah, this cave is generally pretty dark. In fact, there was one point where I was running through it, and I developed a cave myself, but I had some creepy music playing on YouTube in the background, and it was starting to freak me out. Like, the dark cave and everything was scary. And it's funny because I developed a cave. I know there's nothing in here that's gonna like jump out at me, but I was convinced that something was ominous was just gonna burst out and attack me, or something was really, really pretty funny. So I guess that means I'm doing it right. But so we come to another room after going up a ramp, um, and off to the two different directions. We notice that there's some holes. There's a hole in the ground here. It's square. I know. I'm gonna go back and fix that. That leads down to the area below where the water was, and in fact, that drops you right into the water. We'll go this way. And this right here is actually the largest room in the cave. Um, in fact, from the beginning, like you saw, I can shoot a fireball, and it'll die. The fireball itself will die before it even reaches the other side, which the fireballs are set to a 3 or 4 second timer before they die out. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here, but having these caves gives me it's a lot. It gives me a lot of freedom to just throw anything I want at the players. I could make cave paintings on the walls. I could put enemies like skeletons or bandits, or just all kinds of traps and stuff in here. I mean, really cool. And we have our final room of the cave. It's a little bit smaller than the last one, but it's there. And this tunnel leads right back around to the other side, with the hole in the floor, which we're actually going to take now to leave. So that's our cave system. There's not much to it. Actually, it's bigger than the original cave that was in part one, but it doesn't seem to be as much to it. That's because I was working with a new way of building them. Before, in like the original Silent World, the earlier versions, I started with a cube in 3ds and basically used the paintbrush to deform it and make it all bumpy and stuff. And this version, I started with a cylinder and molded it out and stretched it, and so it gives a little more of a natural feel as far as the shape. I can go back and add some more noise and noise bumps and kind of make it look more realistic, and then add the things like stalactites and stalagmites and such as I see fit. We're gonna go ahead and leave the cave. Okay, and here we are. So we're back outside, and now I'm going to show you some of the options, functions, and other background stuff I've added to the game, which actually would be a great time to use this. So the if you press O in the game now, it opens up an options menu. Says options right here. I probably can't read it because of the definition, but we're able to adjust things such as the player's movement speed, player's jump height, the mouse x-axis and y-axis sensitivity. So if it's too sensitive for some players, they can lower it, Right now it's set at max settings by default. Um, I have your basic functions: resume, main menu, quit. Um, that does exactly what it says. Resume lets me resume, or I can press escape to resume. The main menu takes us back out to the main menu, obviously, and quit closes out the game entirely. For testing sake, I have a little box down here that lets me teleport to certain locations and key locations of the game, such as caves. If I click that, I'm by the caves. The tree brings me to the entrance of the tree. We have our campsite, and then the castle, which we went over this already. So we'll go back to our campsite, and and then we have the fireball, which I'll show you what that does real quick. It's another testing thing. So if I go out to the main menu and I click play and we start a brand new game, so that the testers don't have to go through this whole beginning thing of gathering the fireball, going through the text and things like that, they just click fireball. It gets rid of all the keyframes in between that opens up the text. It grabs the fireball for us automatically and lets us cast the fireball spell. And so now I can light the fire. It just saves 30 seconds of time or whatever. And then you can go wherever you want, go to the caves, do your thing, light them on fire, whatever. So, and I believe that's pretty much it. The game still has a long way to go, but as you can tell if you looked at the earlier versions, it's come a long way too. Um, I'd like to throw a couple of thanks out there. Obviously, the Unity team for making a really cool engine, and for some of the materials and a lot of the stuff that I'm using, like the skybox and the trees and everything like that. It's helping make a really fun game. I'd like to thank the TornadoTwins and their tutorials. If you guys haven't taken a look at that and you're really interested in learning the Unity engine, take a look at their website. I will pop up a box right here with a link to their channel. You've got to look at their stuff. It's really, really, really helpful. So thank you, TornadoTwins, for making some really excellent tutorials. Thanks everyone in the Unity community for helping me out and learning everything and answering my questions when I have it. And yeah, so stay tuned for later updates. I'm going to try and put out another video with some more updates within the next couple of weeks. This is a very time-consuming process, but I'll try and keep you guys posted as I can. So I really hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, thanks.